So, it's almost 8 o'clock, waiting for Whole Foods to open up so I can get some cold-pressed celery juice. Bought this USB juicer smoothie maker for the car, which I'm excited about. Lips are chapped, realizing that that's caused not drinking water. Doing pretty good on this raw diet, but man, it's easy to kind of backslide into cooked food. The body lies and says that it's necessary because it has a high caloric content and thinks that we're like cavemen and in danger of starvation. So you gotta discipline the mind. Part of the 5 a.m. club. Hour of yoga, half hour of weights. It's a good start. I've got like 4 hours of artwork to hit really hard. You know, I keep wondering, like, you know, when I'm going to have a body of work or the money to justify the body of work, and I don't create the body of work. So, this video is about artists and how to make money, because that's what we're talking about here, you know. You know, I wish I would have, there's a lot of things I wish I would have figured out a long time ago, but marketing and sales is up there, investing is up there, all those three things are crucial. So, art means to exist. The etymology of art is existence, like old Shakespeare, yeah, where art thou? It means, where are you? You know, so the artist is somebody that understands existence and communicates existence. And the more accurate you are, the better an artist you are, you know? If you don't understand existence and you're trying to communicate something that's false, then you're not a good artist. You're not useful. Good means God. God means good. Old Germanic, gut, G-U-T, so it's literal. So if you're good, it means you're absolutely following God's instructions. And if you're not good, you're not. So, you know, my friend said maybe you could create a video about artists starting out. Well, we're all artists because we are grounded in the truth. Our identity is chit, which means knowledge. So we all have that knowledge, but it's been covered over, and we're not doing anything about it for the most part. It's living in illusion. So the first part about being an artist, period, is removing that illusion, and that illusion is removed through discipline, which is the root of disciple, if you want to become a disciple. So that's the process. And once you become disciplined, then you're actually inaugurated into a circle of value where you're producing value for people. And when you produce value for people, then they reciprocate. And then you have resources to create more value. And that's how it works. If you don't create any value and you're miserly and selfish, then you're not going to participate in the world. You're not going to have resources to invest and to build things for people. You know, so if you start small and you provide value, you're going to gain a following. You're going to be able to transact. The work will show you how to do it. Another one of my all-time favorite quotes. So it's really quite simple. The work will show you how to do it, but first you have to do the work, and you have to want to help people, and that's the root of art, of existence, is helping other people. And part of the way that you help other people is you get them to embrace their fear, and you get them to embrace their laziness and their victimhood. And straight up, that's done through discipline, through doing something that you don't want to do, but you need to do, because God in your heart is telling you that you need to do it. And you're ignoring God because you don't want to listen to God, because you think you are God, and that's the whole problem. So we want all the goodies with no work because we think we're God, and it's like, duh, like everybody should worship me. I shouldn't have to work or experience any discomfort ever. And that's the root of the victim consciousness. and it's deadly and disgusting and difficult. And a lot of it comes through, experiences, like really tough experiences in childhood, like maybe you had some physical abuse, or maybe you had a structure that or a lack of structure, mentors, family members, friends that had their own pity party and spit it all over you, and so you had a bad start, like you had what you perceived to be an unfair beginning, but that's just accelerated self-pity, because there's nothing that's unfair, because you deserve everything you get through karma. If you're an asshole in your last life, you're gonna have a rough start. Crazy people screaming. Yeah. Cool. So that's why crazy people scream, right? It's because they're angry. And the anger is based in fear, and the fear is based in envy. So it all becomes really simple. It's not that complicated. So if you want to be a carpenter / artist, or an architect / artist, or a chef / artist, or a teacher / artist, it doesn't really matter what you do. It just matters that you really approach this envy and this lack of discipline, because the lack of discipline is a lack of serving God, and you can't serve anybody until you serve God. You can't love anyone until you serve God. So you've got to fix that. And the way you do it is through discipline, through forcing yourself to do things that you don't want to do, but you need to do. And then you lock into habits, and the habits cause you to execute and to produce. And the more you execute, and the more you produce, and the more you're attached to a schedule, and you're snapping on all your points, then God is pleased with you, and you have a relationship, because you're showing up to this relationship. And then you have inspiration from the heart. And God says that I want this person influencing people, right? And so you create content, goods and services, and you present them to people fearlessly, and then you help people, and then you have resources, and you can build bigger dynamics to help more people. So, if you want to be an artist, understand existence. If you want to understand existence, understand discipline. And when you become disciplined, then you will know God. And when you know God, you will know goodness. And you'll be locked in, and you'll be helping people and creating value. And then that just expands and expands and expands eternally. That's the spiritual world. It's where you're so in love with God, you just want to serve God, and God tells you to serve all the people that are miserable because they've forgotten Him. And you're like, okay. And you create goods and services that help those people remember who God is. And then you're an ambassador. Then you're in this world, but not of this world. And that's an eternal dynamic. It's pretty exciting. Is that love doesn't, there's no stasis. It just grows and grows and grows. And you fall deeper and deeper and deeper in love with this person called God. And then you fall deeper in love with everyone else. And that's the goal of life, right? So being an artist, it's not drawing pictures or painting pictures. It can be, but there's a victimhood built in, because people abandoned the drawing and the painting as children, probably because of terrible parents that had their own victimhood and didn't want to see that art reflected back to them. But nonetheless, if you want to learn how to draw, then you draw a circle. If you want to learn how to paint, then mix paint. And then you're inaugurated into the visual arts, and I was thinking, I can't even draw a circle correctly or a stick figure. And it's well, you haven't tried. And it's easy to draw a circle with a protractor. It's actually much harder to draw your circle, because no one can draw a circle like you, period. And a stick figure, no one can draw your stick figure. And if you actually draw that stick figure and practice, the work is going to show you. You're gonna think, okay, well, what if I turn all these sticks into shapes? Okay, now you're dealing with 2D form. So the work shows you how to do it. So maybe that should be the title of this video. But discipline is the title of the video, to becoming a disciple. Learning. The root of disciple, discere, is to learn. So you learn by snapping into place and creating a schedule and hitting your marks and executing your marks, and that's discipline, and you're learning, and you're working. The work is showing you how to do it, and you're creating value. Then you create resources, and then you build those resources, and then you win, and then you win the day, you win life. So that's essentially it. Art, existence, is following the instructions in your heart, creating discipline, executing, and delivering value for others.